Hey, Spony, and today I'm be making a kill command block tutorial. And if you don't know what a kill is, it basically just makes it so anyone that gets close to you or any entity that gets close to you within a certain distance that you choose starts taking damage. And let me show you an example of what I mean. So for example, right now I have it set up so whenever I get close to this player, if I get within 3 blocks of this player, I'm going to start taking damage. So as soon as I get close, I start taking damage. And I could specify how far or how close I have to be to the player for me to start taking damage or whatever entity. So if I summon in a cow here, any cow that gets close to that player will start taking damage, but only if they're within 3 blocks of it. So that one over there took some damage, but not this one because this one wasn't close enough. But you could also switch this command block up a bit. I'll show you how to do that too. So you can make it so whenever you're close to a specific player or entity that you choose, you actually start getting healed. So if I get close to this player, I start getting healed. And I'll also show you how to summon a specific mob whenever you get close to, whenever any player gets close to you. So if I get close to this one, it summons in lightning. But you can change that to whatever you want. You can change it to like a fireball or evocation fangs. I'll show you how to change that too. And let me show you how to set all this up. So the first thing I want to do is activate this command. This is just to stop all the spam. So it's going to be gamerule, commandblockoutput, and then false. This is just so your screen doesn't get filled with a bunch of text. Also, all the commands are going to be in the description, and I'm also going to have a world download in case you guys don't understand what I'm saying or if you just want to check out the commands. And then you also want to, wherever you set up your commands, so wherever you have them set up, you want to add a ticking area. So wherever you have your command set up, you want to activate this command. So it's going to be ticking area, add circle, and then tilde, and then 4. And you don't have to activate this one or this one from a command block. I just put them here so I wouldn't have to type them in. So wherever you have your command set up, you want to activate the ticking area command. This just, and if you don't know what a ticking area is, it just keeps all the commands in a specific area active even if you're not close to them. So make sure you add a ticking area, or if you go too far away, the commands will not work. Let me show you the first commands. This one's for the kill aura, and this one's the one that makes it so any entity that gets close to you starts taking damage. And the first thing I want to do is set up a repeating command block. So it's going to be repeat, unconditional, and always active. Also, if you want to add a tick delay, I have it set to 10, so it's not too OP. So if you want to make it so it's not too OP, you could change this number to a higher or lower, whatever you want. It's up to you. And this is the command, so it's going to be execute add e tag equals ka tilde effect add e rm equals 1 r equals 3. Then it's going to be instant damage 1 0 and then true. So what this command block is doing is it's executing at every entity that has the tag of KA. And here where it says tag, you can put whatever you want. You can give it whatever name you want. I just chose KA so it will be easy. So if you want to copy it exactly like I have it, you can just type it in exactly like this. But here you could type in whatever tag you want. Like I said, you can give it any name you choose. Then it's going to be tilde. So it's only going to execute at every player that has this tag, and it's going to execute this command. So it's going to be effect add e rm equals 1 r equals 3. So what this is doing is it's activating the effect at every entity that is within the minimum range. So what rm means is that the minimum range that they have to be is 1 block away from you. This makes it so the player that has the kill aura will not get damaged by that same effect. So it only activates whatever player is at least 1 block away. And r equals 3 means that it's within 3 blocks. So between 1 and 3 blocks, anyone that is within 1 to 3 blocks, it will give them the instant damage effect. Let me show you what I mean by that. So right now, if you're here, like right where the player is, it will not give you the effect. Or if you're over here, it will not give you the effect. It has to be at least 1 block away, which is where all this black concrete is. So you have to be at least here, and the maximum range is 3. So between 1 and 3, anywhere here, it will give you, you will start taking damage. But you will not take damage if you're 4 blocks away from this player. And then here's where you choose what effect they're going to be getting. So I have it set to instant damage, but you can change this to like poison or whatever you want. And then 1 is the amount of seconds that that effect's gonna last. I just have it set to 1 second. And then the amplifier. So if you wanted to take even more damage, you could increase. Here where I have the 0, you could change this to like a 1, 2, 3, or 5, or whatever you choose. And then true, this just to hide the particles. So if it's true, it hides the particles, so it will not show the particles. And if you change it to false, then it will show the particles, but that's up to you. And this is how you activate the kill aura. So you could just type in this command here. You don't have to put it in a command block. It's just easier to type it in a command block. So for this, it's going to be impulse, unconditional, and needs redstone. So it's going to be tag at p add ka. So whatever name you gave the tag on the other command block, this is where you type it into. So it's going to be tag add p. So the closest player is going to add the ka. So right now I don't have it activated. So if I summon a cow, nothing happens. And if I activate it, it gave me the tag. So whenever I get at least within 3 blocks of the cow will start taking damage. But only when it's 3 blocks away from me. And yeah, that's pretty easy. That's how this one works. And to remove the effect, you type in tag add p remove and then the tag. So for the first one is K, so that's how you remove it. So right now I removed this, so now the cows won't take any damage. And now let me show you another example of the first command. So this one is the one that heals whenever you get close to a specific player. So whatever player gets close to anyone that has this effect within 3 blocks, they're going to start getting healed. And let me show you this one. This one's the exact same as this one, just a little bit different. So the first command block is going to be a repeating command block. So you set it to repeat, unconditional, and always active. And like I said, you could give it a tick delay if you want, so it's not too OP. And this is pretty much the exact same, just a few things changed. So it's going to be execute eddy tag equals HA. So I chose a different tag. You could give this whatever name you want. Then tilde effect eddy RM equals 1, R equals 3, so they have to be within 1 to 3 blocks away from you. And then the effect, like I said, you can change this to whatever you want. You could also put like slowness, so they get really slow whenever they're close to you, or poison, or whatever you choose. And then the amount of seconds you want that effect to last, and then the amplifier, so how strong it is. I have it set to 0, and then if you want to hide the particles, true, and then if you want to show the particles, show them and choose false. And that's pretty much it. And it's the exact same thing to activate it. So it's going to be tag add p and then the name you gave to your tag. For this one I chose HA, but you could give it whatever name you want. Just make sure the tag you put here is the same one that's on this command block. And let me show you this last one. This one's the one that summons in a mob or whatever you choose. And this one is going to be a little bit more different, because this one is a little bit more complicated, but it's still pretty easy. And let me show you the first one. So it's also going to be on a repeating command block. It's going to be a repeat, unconditional, and always active. And you could add a tick delay so it doesn't spam summon all the mobs. I have it set to 25, but you could change that to whatever you want. So you can make it slower or faster, whatever you want. And this is the command. This one's going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be execute eddy tag equals EF. So whatever entity has this tag, it's going to also execute another command on them. So it's going to be execute eddy RM equals 1. So it's executing on any entity that is with at least 1 block away from the player, 1 to 3 blocks away from the player. And then C equals 1, so it's only activating it on 1 player or 1 entity at a time. And then it's gonna, then you type in type equals item. And what this is doing is it's specifying that it doesn't activate on any item. So you make sure to put this symbol. What this symbol means is that it will not activate on any entity that is an item. This just because whenever you die, you drop a lot of items, so it could just cause a lot of lag. Or whenever it kills a cow or whatever, it drops leather, so it doesn't activate it on the leather. It won't activate on any item, just on players or entities. then tilde, and then summon, and then here you could choose whatever entity you wanted to summon. So you could also change this to, just as an example, evocation fangs. So now whenever I get close to this player, it's gonna summon evocation fangs, and it only activates whenever you're within these 3 blocks. But like I said, you can make it so it activates even if you're further away, or even if you're. I wouldn't change the 1 since, or else it will also activate the player that has the tag. So make sure it's at least 1 block away, and then you can choose how far you want it to activate from. You can make it closer or further, whatever you choose. And this is how you add the tag to the player. So it's going to be tag add p add ef. But like I said, you choose the name of the tag. But if you want to copy exactly like me, this is how I set it up. So if I click on this one, now it's also activated on me. So whenever any of the cows get close to me, it summons in an evocation fang, but only when I'm within 3 blocks from them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. But like I said, all the commands are going to be in the description, and the world download is also going to be in the description.